light's still a little bit funny here. I haven't quite figured it out. Haven't got a lot of time. Well, I don't want to make this too long anyway because they take a bit to upload. The upload speed here is not as quick as I'm not used to. So yesterday, just a recap on day 2. Saturday, date I don't know, maybe 19th of July. We had a day off, so it was beautiful. Just got up, leisurely breakfast down at the breakfast buffet. Everything was really good. Eggs, probably, I'm not convinced they weren't powdered scrambled eggs, but everything else was fantastic. Good to catch up with some people that arrived overnight. The Bonds, Mitch, who else arrived that I hadn't seen yet. Saw Rob a little bit later. But yeah, so yesterday, so everyone arrived. We just took the morning, had our breakfast, came back. We did the report you guys would have seen from yesterday. And then just went for a walk. No pressure or anything. So, I mean, around here, it's just walking down the streets is history and sightseeing enough. It's just amazing when you're walking past things that are just shop fronts these days, but the buildings are older than, well, they're not older than Australia, obviously, or the indigenous people, but older than since the colonisation. I'm not sure what word you use these days, but since we've, yeah, you know what I mean. You go to that shit. But yeah, buildings that are that old, but then you go and it's like a fucking bookstore. It's crazy. Yes, went for a walk. Girls looked at a couple of shops that they look at, perfumes and that sort of stuff. Not going to pretend to know what they're looking at. And we did find a bookstore, 2-level bookstore, which was fantastic. We spent like an hour in there, looking around and looking for some stuff. And they went for a walk down through some parks. I saw some markets, some art and craft markets. Thought there was supposed to be some vintage markets, but we didn't come across those. But the art and craft markets had a little bit of a look, but then it's getting a bit hot, sort of 1 o'clock-ish. So popped into went through a park and then popped into this bar called the Circus Bar, which was really cool. It's just like this little converted between 2 buildings. They've got this skinny building, so there's a front and back entrance to it. But yeah, it was like decorated with some old stuff, and the girl behind the bar runs it with her husband. It was quiet. They had all board games and stuff there for I must have people had board games, but I got some beer from some oldest brewery in Yorkshire or something. That they have their own spirits. There's no Jack Daniels and Johnny Walker or Smirnoff vodka. It was all Jordan vodka or a bourbon or Scotch or something. They had their own ones, which was pretty cool. You had a Scotch and Coke, which was nice. And I had this beer. Yeah, so that was really lovely. So just had like a little stop there and just a refresher thing. Then sort of wandered our way back again, looked at some shops. Weren't that far from home. Then a HMV. Thought I was back in 1988. I haven't done HMV since the 80s in Australia. But that was cool. It was big HMV, and they had all stuff. Vinyl was expensive. That was all reissue stuff. So I went, well, you're not going to spend £60 on a album I could get at home, or I can actually order online direct from the artist these days, and they're cheaper. So just had a look. I think Rory found a Japanese manga cartoon book or something. So there's some all lots of stuff and some cool T-shirts that you wouldn't sort of see around. Like there's a Nirvana and Utero shirt. Normally any of the Nirvana ones you see are the smiley face, but again it was 30-something pounds or $60 in general. So wanted back, and then just stopped at one shop, and Nick and I saw a upper lane where there's a sign that said vintage and collectibles or something. So we thought it might have been like a record store or something like that. So we wandered up there, and it was this old. I don't know how old it was, but it was like a 50s themed diner. It looks like it looks like they built it over time. There was half a mini sticking out the back wall. There was half a truck across the kitchen. Lots of old pumps and records. Had the old. We used to have one ourselves, but the old 50s and 60s dining tables and chairs and stuff, and they're all mismatched. So it looks like they've put it together themselves. It's really cool. So had a beer there and had a hot dog. The girl came up and joined us once we found it was food. Come up here. They were frantically rushing the young girls there. It was having her 18th there that night, so all the back area was sort of closed off. We could walk around and couldn't sit out there, so quick chat to them. They had a whole bunch of pinball machines and video games out the back that were all on free play, so you could play them for free, but don't worry too much about that. yeah, so that was cool. Cool. So that then wandered back to the hotel. Oh, then I was going to go on to what everybody else did because that's probably what most of you watch. So last night was the first official team dinner across the road at Kitchen and Brewing Kitchen, something like that. Let's look it up. Basically, sort of steak joint. And that was good. We had to set upstairs, or 3, 4 tables upstairs for us all. It was a little warm, but that's all right. We'd have pre-ordered the meal back when we were in Australia, so they sort of knew the group was coming and how much. And I mean, they were a busy joint, so that was good. They sort of rolled them out pretty quick. Called everyone by name, and it was all pretty good. Everyone got their meal, except for the third Michael, because Michael Gale took his food. Jab to you, Mick. Did you order the schnitzel? Yeah, I think I did. And they come out later. Michael Gale, you ordered a steak. All right, too late, I ate a schnitzel. I don't think anybody missed out though, so I'm not sure how that worked out. So we had the team dinner, a lot of laughs, that was all good. Came back to the hotel out the back, courtyard area. Toddy thanked Mick and Jamesy for the fantastic organisation they've done, and that was good. And then introduced us to Camo the koala, who is our mascot, who will go with a player every day, everywhere, and you can be awarded Camo for good and bad acts. Lance is the first owner of Camo for his repeated lateness within 2 days. So currently Camo is with Lance, and we'll see him at breakfast shortly. And then I'll do a separate video for the next one because we're about to go on to day 3. So, but that was a day 2 wrap up. Thanks, guys. See you soon. Bye.
So there you go. That's how